Hey there, Zoe here. My channel is Vegan Mental Iron, and it's all about investing in mental iron, which is really just an anagram of environmentalist. So my channel is all about, self-care, good nutrition, anything you can think of that goes kind of hand in hand with being good to yourself, being good to the planet, all that kind of stuff. I'm still kind of figuring out, my focus and whatever, just talking about what I care about. So today I wanted to share with you my journey in kitchen appliances. So if you saw the thumbnail of this video, you have a vague idea that I have way too many kitchen appliances, but I want to help you guys decide what might be the best equipment to get for yourself, or just give you a tour of everything so you have an idea of what's out there and what can help make veganism or a plant-based diet a little bit more manageable, and what are the tools that are most multi-purpose so you can get the most out of your money without buying like 40 appliances like I did. This is probably one of the first things that I bought. So this is a little scale. It's really lightweight and it measures up to, I think, 4 pounds. So it's really nice. It has different units you can change and you can tare it, standard scale functions. But when I started going vegan, I wasn't used to eating such a high volume of food before, and for a while I had to track my calories to make sure I was getting enough food, and it kind of became a sense of bragging rights in a way too, because I would be like talking to my non-vegan friends and be like, oh, I ate 4 pounds of food today. Like, I don't really think it's necessary anymore so much, maybe for baking and certain things that are more scientific, or measuring coffee beans, the right amount of grams and stuff like that. This can be really useful, but definitely a good tool if you're starting out and you're a new vegan and you want to know how much food you're eating. If you are someone who's into like macros and has like really specific goals, this could be helpful. But it's pretty cheap. I think it was like 15, 20 bucks, maybe 30 bucks. It's also antibacterial a little bit, so that's kind of cool. And I will have links to all of these products. I'll just like search my old Amazon history where I bought them, because pretty much everything I have like this was bought off Amazon. I wanted warranties, I wanted all that kind of stuff. I got a couple of recommendations from watching other YouTubers, seeing what they were using. But yeah, I will link in the description box all of this equipment, so if there's something that you really like and you want to try to get it, you can get it. The first thing that I bought, probably the first major appliance, would be this Ninja blender. And when I first went vegan, it was like 2014, 2015 around, and yeah, it was really popular, the high fruit thing, and I was trying to do that for a while. I had a lot of smoothies, and I knew I needed a high quality blender to make like banana ice cream and stuff like that. And that is something this is really amazing for. I made a ton of sauces in here. Like, I really recommend this, especially because, it's a pretty high-end blender, and a lot of people I've seen pay like similar amount of money for a NutriBullet, and those things just don't give you the same quality or amount of control. Like, if you look at this, hang on, it slides off like this. You can pick it up, and then the top unlocks. And you can open it up, and got a lot of wear and tear. Literally, like, there's a chip in here. I don't know how this happened. So then this, look at this blade. That's why it's called the Ninja. Pretty cool, and it really shreds stuff up. When I first bought this, I actually had a nightmare about the blade, because it is serious, this blade. The only thing is, if you're really crazy and like have extra money to spend and you want to get a Vitamix, they do break down the cell walls of things, so it's like better for making stuff like cashew cream. And I've been a little spoiled recently because my new roommate brought his Vitamix and has been sharing it with us. But honestly, this really does everything you're gonna need, and they're like $100 bucks. Going with the trend of how I was eating a lot more fruit and whatnot when I first started, and I tried to do all these juice cleanses and stuff, so I got myself this juicer. I've seen a lot of people have the same one. It's a Breville juicer. I'll link everything like I said. But yeah, I was trying to make a lot of juice, and it works really well. This is a centrifugal juicer. So the difference is it is going to oxidize things a little bit more, but it's not going to be as tedious of a process when you juice. So a lot of the auger type juicers are definitely more efficient in retaining nutrients. It's going to take you longer to juice. You just put the fruit in here, smoosh it down. You use the little switch to get the right setting, low or high, depending on what fruit you're using, and then the juice comes into here and the pulp comes into here. And it's nice if you have like couple plastic bags or like some sort of reusable plastic bag that you want to use every time to line this with, it can make cleanup a lot easier. So recommend that, but you know, try to keep it as plastic free in life. But if you have plastic bags that you just kind of accumulate because shit happens, then you can use them in a way like this. So before I mentioned there's a difference between a centrifugal juicer and a cold pressed or auger juicer. So this one is for cold pressed juice. Definitely more effort, but the quality is higher in the juice. So you can see the chute is a lot smaller, and this is an Omega juicer. And what's cool about this is it has a lot of different attachments. I've actually made pasta with this before. So what you can do is you can set it to filter and basically separate the pulp from the juice, or you can have it kind of mulch everything up together. So some people use these to make baby food. You can use it to make pasta, so there's little attachments. You'd have to take this apart and put it in. This is like for fettuccine. It's really cool. You can make breadsticks. One of the next things that I got was a food processor. Again, if you have that Ninja blender, it's probably not necessary, but I was being extra, so I got this. It's pretty great. So if you're thinking, you know, 500 bucks on a Vitamix versus 100 bucks on a Ninja and maybe like 30, 40 bucks on a good food processor, go that route. It'll give you the versatility and it will be more affordable. So that's what I did. And then you have this little thing here, which I thought was so cool. A lot of people hate their food processors because you have to scrape things down and it's annoying. This comes with a little thing that does it automatically, so you don't have to like open it all up every single time. So I really like this feature. It has interchangeable things that go inside. I don't want to dig them out right now, but there's one for grating stuff without using like 45 minutes, and a cheese grater. You can do that. So that's really nice if you want to shred potatoes or something like that. That's the processor. So this here is actually one of my favorite things that I've got, and it changes colors, which is really cool. One of the most time-consuming things about cooking stuff on the stove is that you have to wait for the water to boil. What is with that? That is annoying. So for me, I just pop the water in here first, boil it, and then like you pour it into the pot and it takes like 2 more minutes to fully boil. That cuts your boiling time from like 10 minutes to like 2 or 3 minutes. You know, if you only have enough stamina to spend like 30 minutes on a recipe, why waste half of it boiling the water? This is great too. You want tea, you want anything, like you're good to go. If you want to speed up making something with nuts that you need to have soaking overnight, you can just boil the water in here, pour it over, leave the nuts for like 30 minutes or so, and it will really speed up that process to soften them up. You know, if you have to blend it, that will make things much smoother without the help of a Vitamix. So yeah, I mean, I really love this and I still use it every day pretty much. All right, so admittedly, this isn't the first rice cooker that I've bought. I had a really nice roommate before, and she taught me everything you know about rice. And you know, she had a really nice Asian rice cooker. It was, I think, a Tiger brand. And so I got myself one like that. And it was really great. And it was still pretty expensive. Believe it or not, this one's even more expensive. Like rice cookers, if you get a really nice one that like has 5, 10, 20 settings, it's just gonna be better. But you're gonna have to pay extra for it, honestly. Like one of the most important things is a good rice cooker. The one I had before, I gave to my mom, and I got this bigger one because when me and my boyfriend got together, we started going through way more rice. This is a really huge capacity. I'll show you. And another thing that was really important to me is the non-stick has to be Teflon free, PTFE free, and PFOA free. Those are Teflon type ingredients, chemicals basically that have been shown to be carcinogenic in high and low doses. So for birds, actually, there have been stories of birds that have died because of exposure to that, because they have very sensitive respiratory systems. Or if you're just two pretty hungry vegans living together, I would recommend getting something big. But this is the most expensive item in my kitchen, and there's definitely other options that are more affordable. So I'll link the one I got before this, which is probably a good bit cheaper now. And I actually got the recommendation for this brand from High Carb Hannah. Cuckoo! Another thing is it speaks in Korean, which is freaking cool. You can do anything in here. It has like a million different options, and I love it. It can make rice. It can make stews, it can make soups. The fun and low maintenance of having a slow cooker, but it cooks the food faster. And if you really want to slow cook something, you can. Big fan of this. Definitely, if I couldn't afford a nice rice cooker and I didn't get anything else, I'd probably just get this and the blender. If you're on a budget and if these are products you can acquire over like the course of like your first couple months of being vegan, it will help you have the versatility and recreate stuff and batch cook your meals and meal prep. You can get a silicone lid for these little pots that are removable. So if you want to bring something to a party or store it in your fridge, you can put the little lid on there, which is really cool. So I got a second one, so like say I have something stored in the fridge, and the first one, I could use the second one to cook something else. This is the George Foreman. It is awesome for making paninis. You can make really nice hash browns in here. You can make waffles. It comes with the waffle attachment. And it's nice that you can adjust the temperature and everything and set a time on here too. And yeah, pretty awesome, pretty simple to use. So this is actually one of the first things I bought. I kind of forgot to show it to you guys. This is a dehydrator, and this is a very, very affordable one. They have really nice ones that are not made out of plastic, but you know, I didn't know very much. I didn't have as much to spend. It's just got like all these different layers, and they all come out and stuff. And you can put like these trays like this that nothing can drip out, and it's supposed to just flatten. And these are good for making like fruit leather and stuff. And then these, if you wanted to make kale chips or something where the moisture needs to escape, you want to use one of these little mesh ones. It heats the food, but at a very low temperature over a long period of time. So you could do this for like 8 hours. And if you're someone who's like getting into raw veganism or trying to do that, this is really cool for that, because you can keep things technically raw, but still heat them up a little, which is really cool. You can make banana chips, little treats for your bird. You can make kale chips. You can take the pulp from your juicer and put it in here and make little chips out of it. You can get creative with this, and yeah, it's really nice. Next, I'm gonna show you stuff that was actually gifted to me. So this, I remember very distinctly. My father bought for my mother for Mother's Day in like the 90s or like maybe 2000. So this is a really old machine. It's a Breadmaker, so it's pretty cool. I've only used it a handful of times. I got discouraged, I think because I was using dead yeast. I've made like 4 or so really successful loaves of bread in here. I think it just might be a little more temperamental because it's very old as a machine, but I really do love it, and it just pops open here. I know the machine's like really huge. The pan is only about this big. You know, it does all the work for you. And I'm not much of a bread person. Like, I don't know a lot of things about baking the way many others do. So this has come in handy for me when I want that fresh baked bread, you know? I freaking love this machine. This is called a magic butter machine. My boyfriend Demetrius got this for me. He was working in a smoke shop, and these are really popular in the cannabis community for THC or CBD things that people make at home. For me, I have used this to make really nice herb-infused butters, so like rosemary. You can do it with like, I don't know, Earth Balance butter or something like that, or Miyoko's butter. You can infuse that, and it's really cool and fun to experiment. You can do coconut oil, works really well in here. I'm actually kind of more of an oil-free vegan now, but I still have fun experimenting with this for when I'm cooking for other people. You can actually make tinctures in here too, which I've never tried. They'd be more alcohol-based tinctures, so you'd use like Everclear or something to make a medicinal sort of tincture for yourself. Maybe I'll do a video on that once I try. My mom gave this to me for Hanukkah one year. These are super affordable. They're like 15 bucks or something. Highly recommend. You can make really healthy popped popcorn at home. It's really cool that it has a little oil thing, so you can like heat up the oil, or I've actually put pumpkin butter in here before, or maple syrup to put on the popcorn when it's done, because it'll warm up as the popcorn's popping. The popcorn pops out, comes in here, and what I like to do actually is use one of the extra Instant Pot containers. Down here, it's like the perfect height and size for the popcorn to come out and like not go all over the room. I really love this. If you are someone who like fiends for the movie theater popcorn, get one of these. It'll taste better, it'll be healthier. You don't have to buy that crap from the supermarket that's terrible for you. And I have literally smuggled this popcorn from this into the movies, and it just feels so good to be munching on like the same quantity of delicious movie theater popcorn, and you know it's healthy, and you don't have to pay fucking $10 for it. So get one of these. This is what you should use instead of a microwave. It is fan-freaking-tastic. This is an air fryer. Lord, let me tell you, this has changed my world. Hard for me to find one that was PFOA and PTFE free, but I finally found one. So nice. So as you can see, there's a tray that pulls out, and it came with a lot of different stuff. It's not even all here. Like, it came with like some, you know, like grabbers and tongs and stuff like that. So you have a little pizza pan, which is really fun. I've actually made giant cookies on here before. The super crispy basket, which is really nice for like making crispy chickpeas, stuff like that. And it comes with this basket too. So you can use these two together, or you can use this by itself, or you can use this in here. So there's so many applications for this. It's one of my favorite things. So I'll use this to make my special hash browns. And then for tofu, I put this in here. And you can also reheat stuff for certain things. It works really well. Like Brussels sprouts from Trader Joe's, the frozen ones, works so good. Cauliflower wings. This was also gifted to me by my twin brother, a hand blender. If you can't afford a Ninja and an Instant Pot, get one of these and an Instant Pot, because these are like 30 bucks or something. And this is really great. It just has a high and low setting. It's really simple. You just plunge it into your mashed potatoes or whatever, and you can make an amazing fluffy mashed potatoes or a good sauce or a stew or a soup. I use this together with the Instant Pot pretty much half the time that I use the Instant Pot. I'm also using this. So really, really great hack and very affordable. And if you're traveling, I would take this in the Instant Pot. You'll be good to go. All right, well, I guess that's gonna wrap up this video. I was wondering what your top appliances, if you're someone who's an experienced vegan cook and you've kind of gone through the ringer buying too many appliances, what would you say your top ones are? And just leave in the comments below. Let me know what you thought of this video, what your favorite appliances are, what you're more curious about with kitchen appliances and kitchen stuff in the future, because I'm gonna do a kitchen tour, pantry tour, fridge tour, all those things, gonna get to them eventually. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell in the corner so you get notified every time I post a new video. Yeah, I post 2 new videos every week, barring any like crazy life events or whatever. Sometimes 3. I just did that for the first time last week. Woohoo! And give this video a thumbs up with your weird thumb if you have a weird thumb, and if you don't have a weird thumb, give it a thumbs up with your normal thumb. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!